Your pupils dilate. Your heart rate violently accelerates. Your biological systems signal that danger is imminent. And then the chaos shifts into perfect geometry. Right now, find your pulse. Estimate your beats per minute, and drop that number in the comments section below. For elite tactical operators, panic is a death sentence. To override the fight-or-flight response, they use a 16-second sequence called the box breathing protocol. Overriding your body's survival architecture isn't a hidden superpower. It is a replicable, mechanical process driven by specific biological rules. Military operators face acute physical threats, but the average citizen deals with a different danger, a chronic, slow-burning epidemic of stress in modern society. Your brain cannot tell the difference between these environments. Whether you are executing a hostage rescue or facing an unexpected angry email from a superior on a Sunday, your amygdala fires the exact same alarm. This triggers the limbic steal. Your primitive emotional brain diverts glucose and oxygen away from the rational prefrontal cortex, hoarding resources for immediate survival. This biological starvation causes severe cognitive consequences. Your peripheral vision shrinks, you miss subtle cues, and complex motor coordination breaks down. Surviving this state requires a deliberate manual intervention to engage the parasympathetic nervous system, the biological brake that stops this neurological hijacking. This override works through the vagus nerve, a communication highway running from your brainstem to your abdomen. 80% of its fibers are sensory, sending data flowing up to the brain. When you inhale, vagal activity is suppressed, causing your heart rate to accelerate. Contrast this with the 4-second exhalation phase, which triggers a sudden surge in vagal discharge. This exhalation releases acetylcholine to bind with muscarinic receptors on the heart. This acts as a chemical brake on your cardiac pacemaker, physically slowing the heart. Because of this upward-flowing architecture, conscious manipulation of the breath is the most direct mechanical remote control we have for de-escalating the central nervous system. The box breathing protocol adds a unique feature to this cycle: 2 4-second empty pauses, called apneas. Sustaining these breath retentions allows carbon dioxide to mildly accumulate in your bloodstream. This state, transient hypercapnia, enhances vagal reflexes, promoting vascular relaxation and lowering your heart rate. In a state of panic, humans naturally hyperventilate, expelling too much CO2. This tightens cerebral blood vessels, leading to the dizziness and cognitive confusion we associate with anxiety. Try to silently track the visual on screen as it traces the pattern. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold. Notice the mental shift. This strict requirement to count imposes a high cognitive load. By forcing your prefrontal cortex to actively track these phases, you restrict processing capacity available for emotional inputs. This mental effort is cognitive armor. It blocks secondary waves of anxiety from external distractions and terminates the limbic steal. We can prove this through data. Researchers at Stanford University, including Dr. Andrew Huberman, conducted a 28-day randomized controlled trial evaluating different breathwork protocols. Their research showed that while exhale-focused cyclic sighing was most effective for daily passive relaxation, this chart compares errors on attention tests. Box breathing produced a significant reduction in inhibition errors compared to other methods, a result that was even more pronounced in subjects with high baseline anxiety. This empirical data confirms that box breathing is a structured cognitive scaffolding designed to sharpen executive focus in high-consequence environments. The biomechanics are clear. Human beings are not helpless passengers to our autonomic responses. The protocol is a manual physiological clutch, allowing anyone to shift from blind panic to clinical execution in a matter of seconds. But managing acute adrenaline in the moment is only the first step of this process. To understand how elite performers permanently hardwire their resilience, we have to explore what happens when the conscious mind goes dark. Our next investigation dives into the biology of sleep-induced synaptic pruning. Subscribe to follow this ongoing scientific journey into human performance, and check the description below to read the full Stanford study for yourself.